everybody, and welcome back to All Ages of Geek, and welcome back to, well, We Watchathon. Today, I just realized this after it being out for a long time. There was a teaser of RWBY Volume 8 that just dropped. Now, here's the fucking thing. Here's the thing. Back up the train. I can't wait till Volume 8 because how it just ended with Salem just, you know, riding on the big ass whale, being all like, hey, I'm gonna ride up here and I'm gonna cause some shit to happen. I fucking can't wait to see how this happens. Now, it's a teaser, so you gotta keep in mind with teasers, they're not gonna show you what's gonna happen right after Salem comes and destroys things. They're not gonna show that. They're gonna show probably what's gonna occur in Volume 8. It's not gonna even be, because sometimes teasers, they aren't taken directly from like certain animations and everything. It's kind of like, even when it's like a work in progress, so it's kind of like showing us what could be expected. So what I'm going into this mindset is this could be expected, you know? And that's why I'm personally looking forward to knowing how the teaser is gonna go forward with this, because like I'm passionate about RWBY. You know, I missed it for so long. I've been trying to just contain my hype for when Volume 8 does drop, because we're definitely doing coverage on it. I am caught up to RWBY, so don't worry about that. And I'm curious as to know, because I've heard rumors that Volume 8 is just going to take place within just 2 days. Now, that is curious to me, because just 2 days, what does that mean? If we're gonna get 12, 14, usually it's in the range of like 12 to 14 chapters, does that mean that we're only gonna have all of those chapters in just that amount of days, just 2? So curious how that's gonna work. I don't know if this teaser is gonna like touch on that at all, but let's get into this, because personally speaking, you know I'm hyped. I know you guys are hyped, and there's just so much to say about this series overall, because they are my beans. This is like a family to me when it comes to these characters. As you guys know, I'm very passionate about the characters of RWBY. And just letting you guys know as well, we will definitely be covering RWBY for early access as well on Patreon, and then releasing it onto the channel. We're going to be doing a ton of RWBY content when Volume 8 does drop. We're going to have like articles about RWBY. We're going to have podcasts going on like talking about RWBY. So I'm just we're going to, even like when it comes to the volume dropping, not only just are we going to be doing watch-alongs, but we're also going to be doing like actual in-depth type of discussions on some of the podcasts that we're doing over on All Ages of Geek. So we're going to be covering a lot, because there's a lot of grounds when it comes to RWBY. There's a lot to talk about the lore, about the characters, about what's to be expected. So would love to have you guys on podcasts, would love to talk about you guys, interview you guys, because when it comes to RWBY in general, it's a fantastic series. There's so much to explore. The lore is amazing. And that's why I'm personally passionate about it, because you know I'm passionate about lore. I'm passionate about characters. Oh my god! Ah! Yay!
Right.
Why is she so happy?
Definitely missing out.
Okay. Oh, she got a fucking upgrade, man! She got a full-blown upgrade, yo! Oh, that face. That face. What the fuck? Wait, why is it? Okay, so I guess Oscar's with them. Where's Nora? Where's Nora? That was it? That was it? No! Okay, we're watching this again. Hold on. Jean turns it on. They're happy to see whatever this is.
Definitely
There's no Nora. Okay, so... Okay. Charge that fucking up. Yang looks so fucking happy. Where's Blake? Where's RWBY? Where's Nora? Maybe they're with Penny? Oh my god. Yang just being a fucking badass. Alright, so let me write a few things down, because that was 30 seconds of not even just awesomeness, but that was 30 seconds of where the hell is everybody? So, Nora, RWBY. Okay. Very interesting that also Jean and Ren are also there. Obviously, because, you know, they're part of the same team, but... And then also Oscar. That's what I'm curious about. Alright, so it kind of starts up with Yang being excited, and obviously, you know, just like with RWBY, RWBY is a fan of weapons. Yang is obviously going to be a fan of, like, when it comes to motorcycles, because, you know, she is Bumblebee and everything. So, where is... I forgot, what did happen to Bumblebee? Is Bumblebee still, or did they get an upgrade? Because I don't know where it looks to be. I mean, seriously, I'm curious to know where is everything happening when it comes to Salem? Now, is it just like, hey, this is gonna be a time skip and then things are gonna be going to shit where it comes to like, people are gonna be battling each other, there's gonna be some weird ass shit going on with Salem? Or is this like a work in progress for later on in the series? So I'm curious if we're gonna see this clip be played at all, because I don't even know if this means if it's just getting people geared up, it's getting people hyped up possibly, but I'm wondering if Oscar's with them. We already now know that Oscar is gonna catch up to them, because how Volume 7 basically ended was Oscar got separated with them. So I'm curious if a few episodes are going to follow Oscar and his journey, like a few of the chapters, it's going to be focused on Oscar, because I'm passionate about with Oscar's character, because, the whole thing with like Oz and everything, like Ozpin being there, I feel like Oscar's definitely going to kind of overcome that and become more of a, like of his own self, like he's had a moment when he was like with Ironwood and everything, he's had his moments. So like, I feel like Oscar is gonna like, if anything, I want to see that growth of his character, I want to see where they go with kind of pushing Oscar forward. And when it comes to Oscar in general, he's a very, very complicated character. I mean, the whole two souls thing, very fucking complicated. But when it comes to him, I really want to be able to like follow him on his journey. So seeing him kind of like with Yang, with Jean, with Ren, I'm really wondering, seriously, how he's gonna meet up with them, What's gonna be that bridge? Now, like I'm always telling people, I always talk about this, especially on Patreon, when we're getting to like more and like analysis and everything. How I always talk about this with people is there's 3 types of ways to get into the next arc of a story. We have the straight line, which is we're just going right into the story where there is no moments of filler, there's no flashbacks, there's none of that. Usually it's like that line that you're just like, okay, so that would be an example if the series of Volume 8 opens up with Salem destroying everything, like right off the bat. That would be that example. The other example is the zigzag line. That's usually when it comes to like filler. And there's, or like slice of life moments that aren't that important or canon to the series. So I don't think we're gonna really get into that when it comes to RWBY, because it's different with RWBY, because RWBY isn't coming off of an original source. RWBY is the original source. So an example would be like a filler with Naruto. Like we're covering Naruto on All Ages of Geek as well. So it's like Naruto's like this, like sometimes like filler, and then and then it flatlines going back to like the whole actual arc. And then you also have another thing, which is my favorite, by the way, the curvy line. The curvy line represents a mixture of actual canon, going into the next arc, but also a little things that add up to it, which could be lore drops, character development, villains that are revealed. So like when you're writing a story, like, I'm very passionate when it comes to fiction. I'm very passionate. Even if you guys are writing your own books, I would love to know. Like when it comes to writing stories, I'm very passionate about how people handle making character A and B and C go to the next plot line. So how is character in plot A going to get to plot C? What's plot B going to cover? Plot B is going to either cover, we're going to go like this, we're going to go like this, or we're going to go like this. So I'm curious to know if it's going to go like this with the next volume. If it's going to go with Salem attacking everybody, and then it's going to go like kind of like right off where Volume 7 covered, doing that, or it's gonna go into, hey, more flashbacks, more like a little filler, like reminders, recaps, blah blah blah. RWBY doesn't tend to do that, so I'm not worried about that. Or if it's gonna go like this, where it's like from somebody else's perspective, maybe seeing a little bit of like from Salem's perspective. Like I want to see that. Like I want Volume 8 to cover Salem. You guys know I'm passionate about Salem's character because her story, chef's kiss, Like, I love how that was written. I love how her character is directed. Overall, it's like Salem is a complete, like how she even handled when she talked to RWBY like that, pure manipulation. She did not flinch. She did not say when she's like, oh, your mother, when she said that shit. Like, I was like, that shit's about to go down. It's about to go fucking dark. Like it's getting crazy. So with Salem, I want to see her perspective more. I'm hopefully Volume 8 does do that, because when we gear up to it, I would love to do more analysis on Salem. In the description, you'll see a character analysis that I did for All Ages of Geek. I like wrote this whole thing about what I personally feel as if you could take away from Salem's character and kind of like dissected her character, because I'm like, I'm very passionate about the way it kind of went with her. And I would love to know your guys' thoughts on Salem overall, because I know some people just can't stand her, which is for obvious reasons, but then there's people who do like Salem, or do appreciate her story. Now, I don't potentially like Salem. I feel as if I look at her and I'm like, okay, there's a lot going on with your character. So I feel like her character being complex as it is, I like her story. I like going into not even just like the lore of her, but I like her story. So it's like, that's why I made that whole analysis about it, because I'm like, something about her character just clicked with me. Yang gets an upgrade on the bike, so I like how it opened with Yang. I'm curious also to know why, like when it comes to Yang, why they would open it up with Yang, you know? Like, maybe we're gonna get into a character arc with her. I feel like there's more to explore with her character, because I feel like the series, like, which I love all the characters, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's been focusing a lot on Ruby and Weiss. Like, Weiss has had, best girl, okay, has had her moment of, like, fucking shining. You know, like, that moment just throughout Volume 4, that's why Volume 4 has a special place in my heart, because Volume 4 focused on Weiss, and not even just her growth, but you got to see that backstory, you know, you get to visit that, you know? And I want to see more of that with the other characters. I want to see more of Yang like that. I want to see more of Blake like that. We've gotten into Blake with the, like, with the fallness and everything. We've got into that, but I want to see, you know, like, something that's even with Ruby, because I think out of, like, I'm trying to think, if you guys were to make like a tier list or something, who do you think has the most character development? Because, like, I have my own views on it, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. Like, who do you think has the most character arcs? Weiss, we'll only start with Team Ruby, because it's like, we got Ruby, we got Weiss, we got Blake, and we got Yang. Who do you think has the most character development? I think, in my personal opinion, it's Weiss, but I would love to know what you guys are thinking as well. Because I think, personally, I feel like it's Weiss, Blake, Ruby, then Yang. Because we've seen a lot with Ruby. We've seen how she's growing, how she's becoming an adult, like when she was yelling with, like, Uncle Crow like that. But I really want to see, I seriously just want to see that, like, kind of getting into more of the minds of the other characters, even, like, Jean and everybody, you know? Like, we've seen his sister, we've seen her family, but I want to know, like, the perspective of each of the characters. I would just love to explore that in Volume 8, especially if they're going to be more slow-moving within the next, like, if it's just going over 2 days. I think they have the potential of actually making it where we can actually visit each character's arc, Jean arc, like, we can actually get into the minds of them more, you know? Like, that's why I kind of like, with One Piece, to give an example, which are also covering here on All Ages of Geek, like with One Piece, for example, what they do, because Oda has so many episodes and so many chapters and everything, he's able to, like, really get into the minds of the characters, like Usopp and Nami and everybody else. Like, we're able to explore their character arcs for multiple episodes and multiple chapters. So hopefully this is the same thing going to be happening with Ruby, where, because it may be, as people are saying, is it's going to be taking over the next 2 days, I think potential there kind of shows that we can explore those character arcs much more. Where's Nora? That's my question here. Where's Nora? Nora and Ren are usually inseparable. Where the fuck is she? Because, again, you guys know I love all the characters, and I love, oh my god. Ren, Nora, stop. I'm getting fucking emotions. Stop. Because I love them. But, like, when it comes to, like, them being gone right now, I'm curious, why is Yang with Jean, Ren, and Oscar? You know, so where's Ruby? Where's Penny? That's another thing I want to be able to see. Penny. If it's going to take place in 2 days from the previous of where it was, either it's going to be a time skip after Salem destroyed everything, and then it's going to be like 2 days of that, or it's going to continue off directly from there, and we're going to go into battle mode, which would be awesome. But I want to know where everybody is. But Oscar, again, like I was saying before, I'm very curious what they're going to do with his arc. His character, again, very complex. I want to know, especially when it comes to Ozpin, how he's going to have involvement, because, like I'm saying, when it comes to, like, young adult fiction, young adult novels, young adult stories in general, it doesn't even have to be novels. It could be, like, media, like just young adult media. A few tropes that you have in that is kill off the parents, you have to go on your own journey, you have to find self-discovery. So we've had all of that in RWBY. We've had all of that. So obviously, you know, they're telling a tale of a young adult, like, media here. Which is a lot of shonen anime. It's very young adult. Because RWBY's covered all of that. Like, you know, you've had mentors dying. You've had like adults being killed off. You've had journey of self-discovery. Now I feel like the journey of self-discovery isn't gonna just, like, I'm personally hoping for this, isn't just gonna focus on the main like teams. You know, I want it to focus on Oscar so badly because he's had his moments, but it's always like he has a moment and then somebody else has a moment. Like that moment with Ironwood in the last volume was fantastic, but at the same time, I want Oscar to start depending upon himself, not just Oz. So like when he was falling from the sky like that, oh damn. I don't know why it reminds me of like just damn. This like I'm getting Star Wars vibes. The last volume, Star Wars vibes. I don't know why. But when it comes to like Oscar as a whole, I feel like there is so much potential to explore his character and to go into the mindset of his character and to really just sit down and think like, who are you? You know, who are you going to become? It's like, we know who you are now, but who are you going to grow to become, you know? And like, I just see potential in this volume. I do, because I'm curious. I was like, when I found out that it was like going over 2 days, I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. This is really going to be interesting. But then I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, this is exciting because when things are over 2 days, that means slow pace, but also lots of action. That means character growth, character development, boom, boom. It's gonna have all of that. And that's why I am just chef's kiss ready for fucking this. But my friends, stay tuned to a lot of content covering RWBY when we gear up towards the new volume. When it comes to that, as I said before, we're gonna have a lot of podcasts coming out. We're gonna have a lot more content. As of right now, like I'm also reviewing like the RWBY manga. I'm gonna start reviewing the comics. The lyric room, we're gonna wait a little bit on that after the next few months, but that should be coming back. If there's any RWBY content that you guys would love to see, let us know. If you love our content here in All Ages of Geek and you would love to get more access to like 5-hour events or some fun events that we have going on every single week, be sure to join us at patreon.com/allagesofgeek. You guys get also early access to like 70 to 80 reactions and watch-alongs. Actually, they're more like watch-alongs now. To watch-alongs every single week. You get early access to podcasts. You guys can be on the podcast. You have like 20 hours of events every single month. And when it comes to like having fun with you guys, I just want to say, like, God bless all of you. You are an amazing community. God bless the whole entire RWBY community. You guys are fucking amazing. To see the support that you guys have, especially for the creators that you guys have for each other, it is just so, it's heartwarming to see that because you guys are awesome. And there's so many amazing creators in the RWBY community. And we would love to interview you guys. Like, we would seriously, if you are like a RWBY tuber, or if you are like a RWBY creator in general, and if you have any requests, if you guys are a fan of a RWBY tuber, or like a creator of like a fan artist or something, we would love to interview you on All Ages of Geek, because when it comes to support, that's what we want to do. We want to support everyone in this community, because you guys are fucking awesome. You kind of welcomed the whole entire All Ages Geek crew with open arms. We started doing coverage on this kind of stuff. So if you guys are fans of anybody and you want to like see them on a podcast, let us know. We would love to have them on. Because especially gearing up towards the next volume, it's like I just want to like experience this with everybody. So if you know anybody and you think they're cool and you want them to be on one of our podcasts, just let us know. You can reach out to us, especially my sister Tat, who deals with a lot of like the logistics of All Ages of Geek. You can reach out to us at allagesofhr@gmail.com. We also have like our PR email, which is pr@allagesofgeek.com. And you can also just like reach us here in the comments and we'll see what we could do. And we just want to be able to support people as much as possible, because we love you guys, we love this community, and just thank you so much for welcoming the whole crew into this community. Is there anything else, Kat? Maybe I think that's it. But anyway, guys, until the next video, you embrace your fangirl, your inner fanboy, and your inner fan person every single day. Bye, guys! Hey, classmates. Before we actually do dismiss class, I have some things I want to say as the credits play down below. So just to let you guys know, yeah, this is the outro. Fantastic! So thank you so much for watching this episode here at All Ages Geek Academy. We really, truly do appreciate it. We love like analyzing series, reacting to series, and really adding more to the reactions. As you guys know, I love to fucking talk a lot. But also, as you see, my book of wonders here. We have a lot to discuss and a lot to review together. So if you really love what we're doing, you want more like analytical type of content to analyze every single anime known to man, is that gonna happen? Possibly every episode. Oh my god. Be sure to check out our Patreon page where you guys can get access to our Discord server, hang out with us, and we have a lot of events that go on there too. Like usually we have community days on Wednesdays, which is like an hour, 2 hours usually. We play games together. And then we also on Thursdays we have a 5-hour event every single Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. at night, where we all talk, we all hang out, we geek out together, we play all these great games. It is a lot of fun. We also watch anime and shows together, a lot of anime that doesn't necessarily have to actually be immersed within. So if you want to take part in that and hang out with an amazing, crazy squad, be sure to. Here's a few clips from some of our previous Patreon days if you guys want to see the craziness.
I'm innocent.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with this text to be the only one I
Okay,
can
everybody, stay away from Kat. She will open fire.
Everyone.
I just saw that massacre.
I'm not even sure if Kat's innocent or not. I don't know why, but it was just so like abrupt. I'm like,
Well, you.
I'm innocent.
I am thou, and thou art I.
Jen.
My leg!
Yo,
That was a real death.
hey, what's up?
That was a real death.
Dang, bro, that was
I
crazy.
thought that was pretty slick. Trump jumping down there and tossing grenades.
Yay! I did it!
Oh, the terrorists win.
I did a thing.
I'm the mustard.
Wait.
I'm the mustard.
Oh, you are the mustard. We're playing prop hunt now? Is that a thing?
But yeah, there's a lot of events that go on, and also if you want to check out more episodes, I don't know where I'm pointing, but should be on one of these sides. Be sure to click one of those and check out another playlist where you guys can, you know, if you love this type of series, you can find another series that you know and love. But yeah, just to let you guys know, we love you, we appreciate you, we're happy you're here, and we're happy you're part of the freaking All Ages of Geek Academy. So I hope you can see you guys in the next video. You have an amazing day, and as always, my friends, embrace your inner fangirl, and you're a fanboy, and you're a fan person, every single day.